All right, let's take a live look outside on this WJZ Alert Day. Mobile 13 driving through Reisterstown right now. Everything is clear from the way that we understand it. The first line of storms have moved through, but of course we have the potential for some more later on.
Yes, and we're just grateful that it looks cloudy out there. Rochelle, we're hoping things don't change and remain this way.
Yeah, those clouds have helped for those of us who weren't looking for severe weather for today. Now, we still do have a tornado watch for our neighbors along the eastern shore, upper and lower sections of the eastern shore, but it has been canceled west of the bay. But I don't want you to let your guard down because we still have to wait for this cold front to actually move through. These storms have just been ahead of the front, so we'll have another round of some storming as possible a little later this evening, and some of those storms could be strong, so don't let your guard down just yet. So here's a look at First Alert radar. We do have some pretty widespread moderate to heavy rain coming down parts of the eastern shore, but a lot of dry areas might be a little misty or foggy, but that rain that's coming down west of the bay right now is generally on the light side. So here's what's happened so far. We've seen some rain, we've seen some storms, we've had a couple of tornado warnings. Those early afternoon storms have eaten up the available fuel in the atmosphere. So we'll have to see if we get a little sunshine to break through. It's not really looking like a high likelihood of that, but we could still see some breaks or thinning of the clouds. And if we do, that would be some additional fuel for the storms just ahead of the cold front that'll move through later tonight. Any additional fuel will increase the intensity for those storms, but if it stays cloudy, that will decrease our severe threat. I don't think it'll decrease it down to zero, but it will be a much lower of concern, maybe just a few gusty winds and some heavy rain. So going into later this evening, again, we've got to watch this area right here just ahead of the cold front. You're seeing those intense colors, so some heavy rain, maybe a couple of stronger thunderstorms, gusty winds. And then on the backside of that, as cold air starts to move in, a few snow showers are possible late tonight going into early tomorrow morning before things quiet down, at least for a brief period of time. Wind gusts are still up to 35 or so miles an hour. Wind advisory in place for the eastern shore. Your neighborhood forecast does look like temperatures dropping down into the 20s to right around 30. And you're noticing those snow icons. We talked about that on future radar, but may be able to squeeze out a couple of flakes for tomorrow with more on that big change on the way. Here's meteorologist Cutter Martin.
Yeah, Rochelle, I mean, we're talking about a 30 to 35 degree drop in temperature over the course of maybe 90 minutes, 120 minutes, 2 hours. Watch as that transpires across the area. Again, starting right now, temperatures, it feels like it's in the 60s. Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., it'll feel like 17 in Westminster, 22 Baltimore, 24 in Easton, 19 in Bel Air. And I got to say, that 1 degree wind chill in McHenry could even be a little bit conservative. You were in the 50s and 60s today. So yet again, 2 times within nearly that same time span, 2 weeks, we've had an incredible drop in temperature kind of leading to some of these showers and thunderstorms. Out the door in the morning, mid-upper 20s, Northwest Metro, right at freezing in Stevensville, 32 Cambridge, 34 Lexington Park, even Clinton down below freezing. And again, it will feel colder than that. Bus stop forecast, once again, a stretch of weather where your students need the winter gear. 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning, still below freezing. We'll try to warm up, but still in the low to mid 30s, mid-morning, 9 a.m. And it may be a struggle to hit 40 in Baltimore tomorrow. 42 Clinton, 38 in Westminster and Frederick, Cambridge 44, Lexington Park 45. Gusty breeze continues through the afternoon tomorrow, and along with the winds gusting 20 to 30, not as windy as today, but still breezy. There probably will be a few snow showers that cross the Pennsylvania state line, move over and off of the Alleghenies and into the metro, the I-95 corridor. Not much accumulation, if any at all, but some snowflakes flying around in the breeze. And again, cold on Wednesday, waking up to teens in lower 20s. 51 on Thursday, first day of spring, closer to 60. Saturday, rain showers, and then we dry out, but cool off yet again. Sunday, Monday, highs back in the 50s and then 40s, guys.
And we're looking forward to that, Cutter. Thank you.